Okay, so here we are on Stranded, the Australian Canadian Music and Talk Show, and today we're being revisited by a great guest, Ash Grunwald, who is a fantastic contemporary blues artist, blues and rock artist. Actually, it's quite hard to categorise. He's full of energy, gets around a lot, and he's touring Canada again very soon. Ash, how are you?
Good, how you going?
Pretty good. Now, we spoke last time in August 2013, so I know you're an energetic person, so I'm sure you've crammed a lot of life and activity into that period of time. What have the highlights been for you since last August?
I had a really cool time for the end of 2013. I was just hanging at home and playing like kind of festivals once a week or once every 2 weeks, and just gave me a heap of unprecedented time at home and time to like get out the guitar and just play just for the fun of playing and practice, something I haven't done for a very long time, and just work on things and learn new instruments like the harmonica, and so it's been a really sort of exciting time for just the old school craft of playing organic music.
Has that space that you've been given yourself led to any songwriting as well and ideas like that, or have you been mainly focusing on the technical aspects of music?
Well, I was focusing just on playing, because my plan for this tour was to play 100% organically and do a really big solo show and sort of do it just work on the musicianship, which, as I say, I guess for the last 6 or 7 years, most of the new things that I'd bring to the table would be in the realm of beats or, messing with some new piece of gear, or, playing some Moog synthesizer or whatever on the tracks, and really experimenting with actual recording. But so, to just bring it back to only the musicianship and working on that, and that's, I guess, why it's been exciting to learn to play the harmonica and stuff like that, because it's just something, an organic thing that's always been around, and so just looking at the actual playing as an adventure. Yeah, that's good. But also I have been songwriting as well.
Well, it's really great to hear that, and I mean, hopefully you're one of a lot of musicians now who are going back to that, given, the cynicism around big production and over-the-top things that we have these days, but actual playing an instrument and writing good songs is never going to go out of style. That's right.
No, and I just think, I absolutely loved the other side of that coin, like all the production stuff and whatever. And I just think whatever is fresh and keeps you really stoked is a good thing. I heard somebody told me, I think he got the term from martial arts, but the idea that you're always supposed to keep the beginner's mind throughout your journey with, say, martial arts or whatever. And I thought, wow, that's so much like how life should be, and if you keep that beginner's mind, it keeps you, I think, keeps your ears open and keeps it really exciting, and, I think that's really important, once you've been playing for over a decade, to sort of not get into any ruts, because you've done it a lot of times. So, I'm finding it good.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's really good news. And that'll obviously reinvigorate you for the next run of touring, which will bring you to Canada. But I have noticed that online here, you've been most recently in Western Australia, south of Perth, is that right?
That's where I am right now.
What, right now?
Right now, yeah. I played Margaret River last night, and it's morning here. I'm a little bit croaky.
To be honest, that is my favourite part of the whole of the country of Australia, and I wonder if you could describe for listeners what it's like down there.
I love Margaret. I've come over many times, and brought my family over and spent, a couple of weeks here. In fact, there was one time we were really into drinking. It's a great wine region, and we go to a lot of the wineries and whatnot. And Vash Felix is beautiful wine, and they had we found out that they had a yum cha day, which was like yum cha at the winery, and all you can drink Vash Felix wine. And so we booked that in and said, well, okay, we'll be there. Like, that's my wife and I and friends and stuff. And then I built a tour around that day, and we drove over in our motorhome, and the surf was absolutely pumping for 2 weeks. From like, I surfed Margaret River Main Break, which is a really sort of, it's like a big raw wave, and 6 foot to getting the biggest day was 10 foot. It was pretty scary. And it was just pumping the whole time. So that was an amazing experience. But I love the Southwest. People who haven't been there, it's red dirt, very raw kind of country, super heavy surf, plenty of sharks in the water, and it's juxtaposed against beautiful wineries and nice coffee.
And not overly populated either, from what I remember, so it's got just about everything good. Space and quiet, too.
It's very Australian in a lot of ways, and, the WA is, as I said, red dirt, kangaroos, sparse landscape, the quintessential Aussie experience, really.
And you'll be having a very opposite experience quite soon in Canada, because you're hopping on the plane again pretty soon, and we have a February 20th date here in Vancouver, and a few other dates in...
Yeah, we're going all around for like 3 weeks. It's actually a very whirlwind. Like, I basically do this tour, and I'm back for 1 night, and then I'm on a plane to Canada.
Oh, wow.
So it should be pretty full on.
Okay.
From the plane.
And you'll be sort of coming in the heels of, I don't know if you've paid attention, but Neil Young has done a tour across the prairies, raising awareness of the environmental destruction caused by the tar sands in northern Alberta. And I know that you're very knowledgeable about fracking, and to the point where you've actually written a song about it, The Last Stand. I wonder if you could speak to this, how this song came about, and what your thoughts are about fracking.
It's a symptom of where we're at, certainly in the Western world. It's just a great example of what happens when governments so corporatise it, or corporations have so much power that they can do whatever they want, and they can completely wreck the environment and really harm the citizens, and that can be totally fine, and the citizens have no recourse to have that stopped and have no protection from the government. And I really feel like that's where we're at in Australia, and it's probably like that in Canada. It seems to definitely be like that in America. And fracking is such a last-ditch desperation way of getting gas out of the earth. It's like hydraulic fracturing. It's putting a whole lot of carcinogenic chemicals pumped way down into the ground, and basically breaking it all up to free the gas and just messing with it. And it really messes with the underground water table, which in Australia is a massive water. It's our drinking water, and it's the water that feeds our land. It's just an environmental disaster, but even socially, when it's happening near humans, they get really sick from it. I put a song in I put a lyric in The Last Stand after going up to Australia's main gas plant. And the residents there, you know, when the wind's blowing a certain way, the air smells of acetone, paint strip in the middle of the bush, and their eyes sting, and their, you know, eyes and nose and ears and stuff sting, and they have to run inside and sort of block up all the under the door and everything. I mean, I can't believe it. And their kids have these day-long, slow, ghoulish nosebleeds. It's like some horror movie. You know, the kids and the adults too, they're throwing up, they can't eat, they get some metallic taste in their mouth. You know, there's been farmers who have their drinking water and the water from their bores explode. I've paddled a surfboard in the Condamine River where, as a sort of publicity stunt, but it's just bubbling 24/7 with methane gas, which is 20 times worse than greenhouse gases than CO2.
Oh my God.
That's bubbling 24/7 at a time when global warming is affecting us all. Nobody can say what the carbon emissions are from CO2 when it's freeing up gas that's just coming out the ground constantly. It's hands down the most. I mean, I laugh because I don't know. It's just so bad.
It's so unbelievable, yeah.
It's unbelievable, and everybody gets told that it's pretty clean, and what are these people going on about? And most of Australia doesn't know about it, and quite frankly, they're not interested either. That's the worst thing. And the media don't really cover it very much, even though it's the most outrageous thing to ever happen in Australia's history. And yeah, even if you tell a friend, I generally find they don't want to know about it, really. I prefer you to shut up about it, and they can get on with whatever it is they're into. And, I feel like we're in a time where we've switched off from giving a shit about most of this stuff anyway. We're very used to these things happening in a way, and we're very used to thinking, what can you do, It's, the corporation will do what the corporation wants to do.
Yeah.
And, that's all cool when it's like ages away and something's getting wrecked that you can't even see, but that's not cool, but, we're used to that, but now it's coming to our back doorsteps.
And when you say affects water, that is the basis of life. That's everybody. I mean,
if you drink water, if you eat food, or if you breathe air, it will affect you. They do it where all the farms are and stuff too, so they'll be putting polluted water onto our veggies, and polluted air will be going into those veggies, so we'll just be using carbon.
it's just as much a problem here. The Council of Canadians, which is a very established non-profit that raises awareness of political issues, this is their quote on their website. They oppose fracking because of its high water use, high carbon emissions, high impacts on human health, the disruption it causes to wildlife, and the danger it poses to underground water and local drinking water. So that's exactly what you just said.
Yeah, I mean, you can throw in earthquakes. They stopped doing it in England straight away because they had earthquakes straight away. It's known to do that. And also in Australia, the weird thing is all of that, right? But then on top of that, like, if they're doing it near a state forest or whatever, like say, where I live, if you want to chop down a tree in your backyard, you get in trouble with the council. It's like a big deal if you chop down a dangerous tree or something. But they can clear for every well, they have to go that has to be piped out. And where the pipe goes, like either side of that, like 50 metres either side, they just mow down the bush. And that's cool, they're allowed to do that. It's like they have, like, it's just open splatter. So even the logging they do, like, that's a side issue. But even that's catastrophic, because it's a lot that they do. So it's just across the board, it's like somebody invented something designed to wreck the planet as quick as possible.
Just like the tar sands, and I'm sure once you get here again, you'll definitely be hearing more about that, especially since Neil Young was just here talking about it. It's unfortunate these things just continue for now.
Well, and that's why, like, somebody like me, I'm not normally a political musician, but it's getting really sad, like, now, and I've heard things firsthand about, like, saying, okay, with that stunt that I did, like, I believe in the compromise, everywhere that we came from, it was like, okay, let's get this out quickly, because this particular paper, a reporter's told me on the slide that after next week he's not allowed to report on coal seam gas money.
Wow.
And there's a lot, I think there's a lot of stuff like that, because the whole West it's always been corporatized, but mega corporatized now, media's corporatized too. And so, if musicians don't say something, and if people don't, I believe the true media now is when people grab a little high quality SLR and make a documentary. Put it on YouTube. To me, that's closer to the honest reporting that happens. It's more guerrilla style now. And it's musicians, writing songs and artists doing paintings and, stuff like that. That's, increasingly, that's the only path of getting the truth out. I don't think you're going to have some mainstream journalists with really mainstream media that goes out to a lot of people doing good, honest, factual reporting the whole time. They're more likely to be doing something, articles on celebrity culture. And, the things they do, relevant these things, rather than these things that are actually changing our lives.
And it's great when people like yourself do speak definitively in an artistic statement too, and because it seems like you're not looking at it as a lowest common denominator. You're looking at people as intelligent people, and you believe that people are going to listen and see truth in what you're saying, which is different from a cynical media perspective.
Yeah, and I did that for a very long time. I was very curtailed by what the lowest common denominator was going to say. I think, I toured regional Australia so much, and played to a broad cross section of people, and often I would omit certain views and whatever. Nobody was thinking, my business just played music over the time. But I just think in the world at the moment has come to shove, and it's time for the everyday punter who regards themselves as apolitical.
Right.
Have a go and try, and all I'm saying is, I suspect this devastation, because I don't even know if we can, but at least try.
Well, thank you, Ash. It's been great chatting again, and I'm really glad to hear that you are speaking out about this issue. And we'll play the song "Last Stand" today. We'll catch you at your show here in Vancouver on the 20th of February.